Hey guys, welcome back to another Crown Rare Pocket Podcast episode. We're your hosts, Zen and Royce, and today we're going to be sharing with you five off-meta decks, super spicy, that yours truly has taken into Master Rank. But first, Royce, how you been, man? How you been enjoying Raid? How's the Damascus challenge going?
You had me nervous for a second because you were like, before we started recording, you're like, I'm about to throw you under the bus, and I was like, oh, okay.
I am. We're still not out of the woods yet, buddy.
Right into the YouTube intro, and just witnessing it live is just like the funniest thing. Where you're like, not one, not two, but not three, not four. Call now for 5 decks. Yeah, you heard it here first. You had your little commercial announcer voice. It was
Wall
great.
Supplies last.
Wall supplies last. The details in store, accessories not included.
Hey, my man, you got it,
dude. I watched like hella Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network, so it was a lot of like American commercials and stuff. So yeah,
Hold up. Pause.
What?
Danny Phantom?
Gotta catch him all because he's Danny Phantom, bro.
There you go. Okay.
Banger.
Cool.
Banger.
All right.
Oh my god.
Wait, hold up. We got another one.
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy Neutron. Fairly Odd Parents.
Jimmy Neutron. Wait, let me think.
You're joking. You're joking,
bro. I just did the thing.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Fake man. Anyways, yeah, hell yeah. I watched the hell out of those shows. So like those commercials used to pop up all the time, and I'd be like, damn, I wish I was in the US, but yeah, no. But anyways, I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm pretty good. Tell me about your ranked experience with the Damascus challenge. Where we at? We Ultra 4?
No,
as the boss of all bots.
We're still where we were last week. I'm streaming it on Friday. I'm aiming for Fridays. But so far that's like, whatever. The Damascus experience is pretty fun because I pulled the Giratina, and that thing is just my saving grace. But on my main, actually going really well. I think I'm at like a 70% win rate. I just got to Great Ball rather. But so far pretty good. Like there's just the standard, decks that are out there, and I've been actually going toe to toe with them and just slapping these Timmies, man. It's just a good time. It's just a good time out here.
I can't wait to share today's 5 off meta decks. But before we do that, quickly want to go over a few of the events that are currently happening. We have the Pachirisu Wonder. No, it's not the. I can't read. Palmont. I'm looking ahead. I'm in the future, guys. I hopped in my time machine. So we have the Palmont drop event where you get the full art Palmont, which is really cute. I got 2 of them, luckily. I have like 30 packs unopened. I'm gonna open later on stream. Hopefully we get the Float Soul. I have 32 Ekans. That's fire. I don't need 32 of them. Just needed 2.
That and the Float Soul, dude. I've been getting so many of those. I didn't even know there was a Machamp in there.
Oh, bro, I need the Float Soul, man, because the Float Soul and the Ekans are the new cards, new cards with the new effects. So Ekans is really good with Clodsire, but the Float Soul I still want to cook with, right? I feel like that could be pretty cool. So that's still going on for a couple days. Another thing that's soon to be ending, which I personally am a little upset with. It's going to end in. By the time this goes up, it'll end April 10th. So maybe a day. You have a day left. It's the sneak peek event for Wonder Picks.
Yeah.
Personally, I think that should be a feature of Wonder Picks. I don't understand why it's an event like, oh, we're just going to do this a little bit. Yeah, you should already include the sneak peek.
I feel like I definitely agree. Like, just because my Wonder Pick luck has been garbage these days. That said, if they do include it as a perma feat, maybe this is like a rollout where they're just testing the waters, whatever. But even if it's not, whatever, if they do include it as an everyday thing, the occurrence rate shouldn't be as high as it is now, right? Because I think I've had it happen to me like 3-4 times in like a day or two.
What do you mean? It doesn't happen every single time you Wonder Pick? I don't really Wonder Pick.
No, because you
have the full collection.
Because you're a whale.
Let me stop. Okay. Also, I don't Wonder Pick unless my girlfriend's around, because she's the one that has the luck. I just say, hey, do it. She does it. Rainbow border every time. Bro, we never miss.
Bro, my friend, his wife, it's the same thing. Like even for packs, like he'll get her to open it, and she'll pull these godly packs, and I'm just like, wow. Like
it's insane. I bet you if she played, she would be a Misty player that would cause many other players to just delete the app.
Not top 100, just top one. She would just be a top one.
Yeah, it's just the number one. Was just, I just do this and win, you know?
I don't know. I only use 2 cards. Palkia, and then I use Misty, and then I do
Palkia,
this.
like the car.
Yeah, exactly. Love your home. Anyways, the wonder if they did it, if they kept it as a perma thing, just have it like occur rarely, and then the event should be it's increased odds instead of like you know what I mean? Like I feel like that would be a sustainable way of adding this feature.
Use an extra token to guarantee the sneak peek.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, maybe
because
potentially
I feel like they might not do that just because it's always raining like hourglass. Like for me, like I like those Wonder Pick hourglass. Like
I got 1,000, bro. I'm chilling. I need to use them. Also, another thing we need to use is like the advanced ticket that we have had forever and still have no idea what it's for.
And, like people were assuming that it was going to be for ranked. I had a feeling it wasn't going to be. We don't know what it's going to be for.
Stay tuned. Soon to find out what this ticket's for. Yeah. And it's for nothing. Thanks for joining us.
Watch, they're gonna announce it in the summer that it's gonna be for their anniversary or some event for, you know what I mean? It's gonna be something cool. I'm excited for the 1 year. They might drop some crazy stuff.
Dude, they're dropping packs every month. I'm excited. We're getting a new pack at the end of this month, right? Like my bank account might not be excited, but I'm excited because we could just keep building more decks.
Wait, why wouldn't your bank account not be excited? You're not a whale.
I have. What's the largest whale in the ocean?
Blue whale.
Is it?
Whale Lord. Whale Lord is the largest whale in the ocean.
There you go.
Trick question.
I think I'm like a whalemer at this point. I'm on my way.
You're on your way. I'm a whale. You're not a palafin. You're a whalemer. You're not like a dolphin. You're just.
Nah, man. Palafin. I need to hit the gym more and be a palafin. To be honest.
Stop.
All right.
But
so there's 2 events, right, that we talked about.
Palmada and the Wonder Pick.
The other one, we're getting a Wonder Pick event for Pachirisu Riolu. I guess that's cool. I don't know which kind of Pachirisu. Let me see. Oh, it's the one that energy.
Rhymes.
It does the energy stuff. But with that, oh, bro, I actually got to send this to you, man. Maybe I'll put the screen up for the viewers who are also watching and not listening. Sorry if you're listening, but maybe Royce can describe these cool things that you can get. Listeners. So with this Wonder Pick, they give you tickets, and it has a Lucario coin, a Lucario playmat, and a Lucario sleeve. Also a Cynthia icon, which I absolutely must have. So I don't think you're going to want to miss this Pachirisu Wonder Pick event, which is going to start in 7 days from now, 6 days from the video. So April 16th, and it'll be for 10 days. I think it's really cool, man. What do you think?
I'm a fan. I love the coins that they come up with because it's like very simple. It's very nice. It's like kind of saturated sometimes. It's kind of not. But I'm not gonna lie to you. There's not a single playmat that's out there where that has called to me. I always think that these playmats just look so mid. Like they
not even the Charizard that's looking back at it like
and like dude, looking back at it. Okay, anyways,
not even that one.
no, not that.
Okay.
Not the
it's
shiny
a solid
one.
Question.
Like they're
the Cynthia though. The Cynthia walking like Joker.
The Cynthia, no. I still don't. I think it's sick as a sleeve. But as a full screen thing, they should have done something different. Like where like instead of it just expanding that one image, it just looks weird when you see the Lucario on the other side. You know what I mean? I feel like if they made it, I don't know how to explain it, but like something about the playmats bother me. So,
guys,
but then again, I'm just not picky.
I need you guys' help. Drop in the comments in the chat if you're watching this live as a premiere. Help us get Royce on point. What are the best mats that you think? Like none of the mats.
I promise you,
he hates them all.
None of them. They're just like the Arceus one, maybe because it's like pretty simple. It just looks kind of like, you know, it has just. Wait, am I thinking of the card sleeve? I might be thinking of the card sleeve. Anyways,
oh my god. Anyway,
moving on.
What's up?
But the display cases that they come up with are fire. Like I'll give them that. They've been killing it with that. Like last time, like in the shop right now, it's the what are they? The Blossom, Sakura Blossom like looking one, and the one that's upcoming is like for those of you listening, if I'll describe it for you, it's like a red curtain like on a stage, right? It's literally called stage
I give
frame.
It to you. Their backdrops are pretty fire. The Lucario Railu one is good too.
Yeah, they're good basic ones, but then when they come up with like cool things, like there was the pillar one there when they came out with dimensional whatever.
Oh,
yeah, that one is.
I like the one with the blue lab. It looked like Dr. Giroux's lab or something.
See, like those one, like I feel like they slay it with the display ones, but with the mats, the fact that they just replicate the card sleeve with the like they just copy pasted the image or just took the file and just dragged it over. I feel like a little bit more effort or a little more consideration would be cool.
You know what would be cool is there's sections on the mat, right? So like if a card goes to the discard pile, if a card is played in the active spot, if a card is played in the bench, a cool effect might be, pretty sick. Maybe like a highlighted line or like Lucario gets highlighted in the background. Just something sick like that,
Yeah. So like I feel like just something a little extra, because like I never use playmats ever. I only use the sleeves because like whatever. But you can't sell me on the sleeves. I'm sorry, no matter what you tell me. Like the Manaphy one is cute, but with the Piplup, but I just can't. However, they drop like crazy, and I'm excited for this.
All right. So the next event we want to talk about real quick is a fighting type mass outbreak. That's going to start on the 28th, end of the month. I think the day before or 2 days before the new set. So we're also getting a brand new A3 set. We don't have too much information. We don't know how many cards
yet.
I'm going to say it right here. Alola region. Calling it now. Bang, so? Bang. I haven't missed yet.
You think so? You think it's going to be a Alola?
I think it's going to be a Alola or something that leads into summer vibes, because the mini set's going to be like summery vibes. That's where my head's at.
So like something spring.
I haven't missed yet.
Yeah. Spring.
I guess maybe.
Yeah. Something that leads to summer. Maybe.
Something that leads to
I'm just saying.
Oh man.
I don't know. I don't think we have a generation that like screams. I feel like Alola would be sick in the summer, because like it's based out of Hawaii, right? Like, and it's known for tropical. It gives off that vacation vibe, which is what summer is all about.
100%.
But I don't know. I don't know. It would be cool. I want Gen 3, because
I want Gen 3 too. I don't know if they'll give it to us.
Do you want
sick if they do?
Yeah. No. And like there are like, why is Infernape the only one that got a Mega? No, a Mega, an EX.
Does he have a Mega? No, an EX. No, for sure. Speaking of Infernape, you actually bring up a good point. There are other Pokemon that get a baby version of themselves that are a standalone, like Greninja was the only one from its gen for Genetic Apex. Meowscarada right now, which is insane. I can't think of anything else other than Empoleon Torterra, but they came together, right, in a package deal. I can't really think of anything else. So I'm thinking, what do you think the next one would be?
Like the
right?
next,
it's going to be a standalone that doesn't even correspond to the actual like set that they're releasing, like the gen.
The dominant gen. Okay, I got you.
I think I know. I have a really good guess from what they're going after, right?
Oh, I'm intrigued. Let's hear it.
So Greninja and Meowscarada are a couple fan favorites right there. Massive fan favorites. Everyone loves Greninja. A lot of people like Meowscarada. A lot of those people need help. But either way, the next type would be, in my head, fire.
Okay.
Cinderace.
Cinderace, bro. Why?
Because people love him. I don't love Cinderace. No,
Cinderace?
No, I personally don't like the little craftables cheese on the rabbit. Silly rabbit tricks are for kids. I'm not a fan of Score Bunny, to be honest.
I'm with you. I think it was like the lowest effort they've ever put in a starter ever. They just put a bunny, just took it into Photoshop, elongated the hell out of it, and just added a soccer ball, and they were like, "You got this, bro."
And threw like a singles, a cheese single on it. And they were like, it got famous, right? It was like a favorite, and they were like, "Let's do it again." And they did it to Fue Coco, but they threw it on his like belly or back, and people were like, "Oh, wait a minute, it didn't work. It needs to go on the face. It needs to go on the face."
We messed with the formula. Go back. For Cinderace, right? Honestly, I always thought it was low effort, and but speaking of the craft cheese thing, I'm gonna go on a tangent. Have you seen that trend where people were taking those craft singles and just throwing it at their dog, and it would just land on their snout? That's to me, that's what they did with Cinderace. They saw that challenge, they were like, Throw it on the rabbit instead.
I've never seen that. It sounds like dog abuse, to be honest. But was this popular? Like a popular trend?
This was
first question. Second question: have you ever done it?
I have never done it because I don't feed my dog cheese. As a matter of fact, I don't have Kraft singles here because yeah, no, I just don't mess with it.
That sucks, man. I'll send you some Kraft singles.
No. We have it. We have it in our country.
Oh, okay.
It's just not
I misunderstood
because the cheese tastes like the wrapping to me. So I'm like, I grew up on it. It's however, it bangs on burgers for whatever reason. That's the only thing it's great on for me. Like if it's on a burger, I can deal with this. But like aside from that,
on a burger, just not on a dog. I see. Okay, that's a good line to draw.
I don't feed my dog Kraft singles. Okay, stop. He eats nothing but excellent food for his health. We want him to live. I want him to let me down, set me into my grave. That's his objective in life. So he's gonna live a long and healthy life, along with up there with Cleo.
Yeah, for sure. Honey. But you hear that? Yeah, she hears that. She just passed out. I don't think I can see. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, you can't see.
Nah.
That's her right there. She's got her little snout out
with her little.
I need to get a new kit. Yeah, I'm thinking of adding a camera to my future streams or something. Where
like
it's
a dog cam,
and then bottom will just be like, Cleo sleeping the entire time.
Bro, there's a streamer, a Pokemon streamer who does that. He also plays Fire Emblem.
Yeah.
What's his name? I can't think of his name, but he has a dog cam too. And so like randomly he'll just switch into it when he's like, oh, my dog's in the thing, and just switch to dog cam. Oh god. He does like speed runs and stuff too. If it comes to me, I'll mention it in the live chat, but whatever. Yeah, anyways, moving on from Kraft singles and doggos.
All right. You ready to talk about the 5 off meta decks? We went off on a wild side tangent after the events. Also, let us know what events you're excited about. What do you guys think the new A3 set is going to be? Yeah, what's up?
Before we hop into the meat of the episode,
the thick of it,
into the thick of it. Before we do that,
into the thick of it.
No, I got it in my head now. I screwed myself over.
Into the thick of it. Into the thick of it. Hey. All right, let's stop.
Oh no. So you recently hit master rank. Congratulations.
Yes. Yeah, thank you. I wouldn't congratulate me. I spent over 50 hours and 600 plus matches. Thank God this is a job. Thank God this is my job, because holy hell, dude, can you imagine telling your family and friends like, so my thumbs went to work on my mobile phone this week.
Let me ask you a question. Anyway. Would you not have put in the same work if YouTube wasn't a thing?
Absolutely not.
You think so?
Absolutely not. In fact, I have come to the conclusion, and this is a good segue. Great question. I don't think it's worth it. With the way that the current ranked system is set, as a content creator and as a person who wants to play the game for its longevity, trying to get to Masters in day one, which didn't happen. We got Ultra 1 in day one, which is a nice feat, but still, right? Yeah. It took me 5 days to get to Masters and that many hours and that many games. But you can fall out from Masters to Ultra, right? So in my head, moving forward, next season, if they don't change the system, if there's no rank protection and you can fall out of Ultra and Master, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to play fun decks, make videos, have a grand old time. I'm not crazy to hit Masters. The matches are going to be great. There might be some comments in the, he's not even a Master player. Have fun, pop off. The final week, I'll just grind out and get to Master. There's no questions. I'll do it then. Because the 100 hourglasses is what anybody cares. That's all you're getting. That's 100 free hourglasses. Yeah. Why would I do it at the start, potentially fall out in Ultra, and then have to do it again? Work smarter, not harder. I wish I came to that conclusion sooner, but that's what I'm going to do in the future. So I would recommend the same for everybody else. Have fun. Don't go crazy. In fact, the final week is when you should if you're like really trying to get that 100, then just, throw in the extra time and maybe do it. Don't go crazy, just have fun, get to your master rank, get the free 100, get as high as you can, and wait for the next season, the new cards, the new set. But yeah, moving forward, especially if there's no rank protection, if there is ranked protection, I'll try to get Masters first week, hit Masters, and then play all the spicy decks in Masters. Even if I'm the lowest of low Masters, right? I don't care at that point. It's just good for the titles. It's good for the thumbnail. It's good for the content. Like, let's be honest. What are they're giving me 100 free hourglasses.
You can't even get a 10 pack.
Thank you, but I also spent so much money into the game.
Yeah.
You can't even get a 10 pack, bro.
Why 100, dude? Give us 120. Like, if it costs us 120 for a 10 pack, you're just shortchanging us. It's just
same reason why you could only get 5 gold for like $1, even though it costs 6 gold for
to get a pack. Oh my god, I didn't even know that until y'all mentioned it in the last episode. If you guys ever checked it out,
they know what they're doing.
We had the gold,
which I'm not mad at. Like, that's their business model by all means. Like, who am I to say that's not? Clearly, it's working, right? But I feel like the rank system. I really hope they are getting feedback, right? I really hope they're getting feedback in a sense that, these aren't the analytics we were hoping for. We need to adjust it accordingly. And personally, I think they could keep it the exact same way, which is still egregious. However, include ranked protection for Ultra and like just Ultra. Like if you go to Ultra 4, you can drop back down to Ultra 1 maybe. Some people might not agree. But from Ultra, don't drop down to Great. I don't think that should happen. And then same for Master. Once you get to Master, you don't drop back to Ultra, but you can be the lowest of the Master. You can drop out of the 10,000. They're going to notice that they barely hit a 10,000 players, I think, for Masters. They're going to, right? I could be wrong.
No,
but we'll see, man.
I'm more inclined to agree on the rank protection. Like, I understand that there are a lot of games, like I'm on Honor of Kings right now, and like you can't you can't
stop it. You're not gonna casually say I'm on Honor of Kings without telling the viewers. I'm saying it. Okay. Top what, bro?
Top 77 in Canada.
Top 77 in North America, right? North America. Top 100.
I'm 14th in Canada.
What are you?
14th in Canada. Granted, Canada is like
14th in Canada. No, not granted. Honor of Kings is the highest grossing mobile MOBA across. Like, what do you mean, bro?
Shout out to my homies for carrying me, Brian and Dusty. I love you guys for carrying me. But in Honor of Kings, you can drop out, and so it seems frustrating, especially when, like, it's, to me, the most stressful time is when you just enter Masters, right? Because like 2 losses drops you back out, and it can just snowball from there. And obviously, it's a game that's reliant on teammates and stuff. So I can be the greatest player, the number 14 in Canada, right? But like, I have 4 other teammates, and if they're just dog water, I'm just screwed, right? So the most stressful time is when I enter Master, but the moment I get 2-3 wins, I'm like kind of coasting. I'm like, okay, like I'm pretty safe now, right?
It's exactly the same right now in Pokemon Pocket, because I'm sitting at around like 1500, maybe 15, like Elo. So it's a good time. If I lose, I only lose 10, but then I'm like losing 1, winning 2 or 3, losing 1, winning 2 or 3. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. So you offset
it's not that. It's not too bad.
So
it's actually so much easier in Masters right now, to be honest.
Okay. Because I feel like maybe people are of the same mind as you. They're like, oh, I made this deck. Let me test it out in Standard. Oh, it worked out in Standard. Let me try it out in Ranked. And you might be coming across the people who are like not sweating anymore to like hit Masters now that they've hit it and they're just coasting type of thing. So I understand why, like, you know, other games are doing it, and like I get the whole thing, but it would be obviously a relief to your player base, for them to, like you said, drop to the lowest of the low, you know, but not get kicked out. It Masters with how hard it is, how much time you have to invest into getting into it. Getting punished, like, you can't experiment on decks anymore. Like, you know what I mean? You'll stress out unless you get super high.
Experimentation.
Yeah, exactly. And if you're gonna come out with new sets and stuff, nobody's gonna, like, it feels more like you're gonna get punished for trying new things rather than just going with the cookie cutter, like, standard meta decks that people discover in the first 2-3 days of, you know, pack drops or whatever. So that's just my opinion.
No, I agree, man. I think that's pretty solid. I can see why they don't do it, but also, like, the way it currently is, if I wasn't a content creator, I'd hit Masters and just not play it anymore, to be honest. I would put the game down after opening all the packs, having every single card. There's no event for me to play. I've already hit Masters. I don't care about hitting the top 100. It's still 100. You can't even open a 10 pack, right? Like it doesn't matter. So the way it currently is structured, right? The reason I'm playing, to be super transparent, is because it's my job. I enjoy it. I enjoy it though. I enjoy playing. I enjoy playing new decks, but I would not do that if I didn't, if there wasn't an added bonus, right? Like, it feels good to play new decks, but also like, not to go touch grass, but I could literally do anything else. You see what I'm saying? And not fall out into Ultra and get punished for it.
Get punished for being creative and trying out other cards. I feel like there should be there should be something to offset that. Being the lowest of the low seems like the most obvious solution, but maybe there's something behind the scenes that we're not aware of. We never know.
Yeah, maybe a new game mode. Like if they don't want to touch it, that's fine. But let's be honest, like once people hit Masters, if there's real no incentive for them to play, they're probably not going to touch. And that's what I'm not hoping that that's what's happening, but I'm hoping the analytics gets back to them. And they're quickly enough, they realize like, oh, okay, the system needs tweaking. We want players to stay on the app. As of right now, like what's the incentive? Some people even give up. They're like, I'm not even getting past Great or Ultra 1. I'm just going to stop here. This is stupid. So I think they need better incentives, like rewards. Maybe
I'm at the same place as you right now. Like I almost never do the events. I told you like in one of the previous episodes, like the 5-win streak or the 45 win. I did them on the last day because I was like, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. And then I was like, damn, like I got to do it now because it's time's running out. For the 5 streak, like I literally did it like 2-3 hours beforehand. I got it like first shot. Shout out to my Dragonite deck, and then just I hopped off. So like it's a fun game, but I also I feel like getting punished for playing the game is kind of like, messed up.
Silly.
It's not.
I mean, a lot of games do that for you, right? Like we're not sitting here trying to complain. I think the game's great. I think it's okay to say it also could use some improvements and be honest and give some honest feedback.
It's an excellent game. Like I'm still gonna play it. It's just
exactly.
I'm not saying coddle me. Right, I'm not saying like shelter me.
Hold me,
Dina. Hold me, Dina. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, like, just don't punish me if I'm trying. Because I almost never play meta decks, right? So the fact that, because I think I told you right before we started, I'm at like a 70% win rate in Great Ball or like whatever. I just hit 10 losses out of like 26 or 27 wins, so I'm chilling. But at the same time, like it's difficult for someone who plays off meta or who tries to play like different creative decks. I want to try.
And by the punishing that you're saying, I just want to let the viewers know it's the rank protection. It's the fact that you can fall back to great. So even if you make it to Ultra using your Rotom Ditto deck, you can get sent right back to Pokeball by going off on a streak of going into nothing but meta decks, which will very much likely happen, right? It should take you time. It should be difficult, but the whole falling out, like it kind of just takes away a little bit from the joy, right? And there's no real incentive. If you get to Ultra 2 and you tell yourself this is the highest I can get, you're just gonna stop playing because you want those perks, right? That you get from Ultra 2, whatever it is, like 85 hourglasses or whatever, right? It goes up a little bit every single rank, but I think there needs to be some sort of change there, and that's pretty much all I got on that. I agree with every point you made, but going back to what I was gonna bring up. Let me hear it.
What deck were you using to, like, what did you feel was like the best deck to you that you used?
I'm the worst person to ask that, but also the best person to ask at the same time, which is wild. So other players were able to get less than 200 matches with like a 60% or higher win rate because they use 1 or 2 decks, which I would recommend is what you do if that's what you want to do, is just climb ranked. Again, I'm a content creator. I have 600 probably over 700 at this point matches in ranked, a 50% win rate, which you could look at and be like, oh, that's not great, but that's because I literally played everything, right? I literally tried everything. I tried Gyarados, I tried the top meta decks, I tried the off meta decks, and the one that I found the most enjoyment, but also I'm like kind of a huge fan for non-EX decks.
Okay.
I really like non-EX decks.
Yeah.
I don't like giving my opponent 2 points.
2 points, yeah.
And then going down to a Sabrina or a Cyrus the following turn. So things like Lucario Rampardos really felt good. Skarmory Magnezone, that type of stuff. You know, just no EX Pokemon. I am a huge fan of those.
Okay. So okay, give me 2 decks, right, that you used. One that you felt got you a lot of wins, and one that you felt like you had a lot of fun playing, that you were like genuinely enjoying.
So the Lucario Rampardos is what got me to Masters, right?
Okay.
That just took me on a tear.
Okay.
But there was a stint in Ultra where I was just not having a good time into like matchmaking roulette or whatever. I found the Greninja Drud. I did this live on stream and went for like 12 wins straight. And Giratina, Drud. Yeah, it was crazy. Maybe not straight. I think my highest streak is 9, right? But we had a lot of wins that stream. So Giratina, Drud, and Greninja. The idea is you frontline, you build your Giratina in the back, you snipe with your Greninja, and you just Cyrus their stallers because it's a stall meta. They sit back there, they wait for you to make the first move.
Yeah.
You just bring them forward and you 130 with your Giratina, and you pretty much win right after you've already sniped them with Greninja.
A couple of times. Yeah.
I also ran it with Psychic and Water Energy, so that way I can attack with both.
Okay. Cool. I just wanted to get your professional perspective or your
yes. My nerd opinion. Gotcha.
Well, yeah, no.
All right. So with all that, you've talked about Dragonite being your favorite deck, so I think that should be our first off-meta deck. I already sent you the list, so let's open that one up real quick,
Pull it up.
and you guys should be able to see it on screen right here. That is Dragon Tales. Now, I can't take full credit for this. I can't take actually any credit for this. This is all from the mod of the channel, the supporter, CJ. You know CJ.
The GOAT.
You've seen CJ.
The GOAT. The real CJ.
Yeah, the real CJ. All the other CJs are about to riot. But his variation had Iono. I found way more success with Dawn. I think this is pretty cool. The idea of this is you frontline with Drud. You self-generate with Giratina. And then even if you're going first and evolve by turn 3, what does that give you, right? You only have what, 2, 3 energy on your Dragonite, correct? At that point, you can't attack. However, if you hit him with that Dawn from your Giratina, you can just start blasting him with Draco Meteor. It's actually so strong. I love this thing. But yeah, what do you think?
Amazing. Like, this is actually an incredible deck. Like, I looked at it. My first thought was, mine is better. This is a sick deck. Especially the inclusion of Dawn is just massive. The Leafs are absolutely a necessity. Like
everything it retreats for 2. Except for the Dragonite. You don't want to retreat that. I will have to say, the downside is the randomness, like Wugtrio. You cannot control what you're hitting. Just sometimes you'll hit 200 onto a Wiglet in the back. Sometimes, you don't need to tell me, bro. Like, I've experienced that 200 on a Pidgey. True. But it ignores the Charizard in front of it, and I'm like, bro, please, let's like work with me, bro. But this is an amazing deck because like you can attack, like you said, as soon as like your 3rd turn, right? It feels pretty good. The Cyrus is there because if you do hit something that retreats for a lot, you can hit that one, bring them in, they can't retreat it, and you get off another couple Draco Meteors in the meantime.
And like you said, this is a stall meta, right? So they're setting up, they might be setting up one thing in the back, but then ignoring something else. So
you bring that guy in. Yeah,
you can just bring that guy in and just they have to make a decision, energy retreat or pop a leaf, waste a leaf. Like this is a great deck. Shout out to CJ. This is an amazing one.
But the most important thing about this deck is its name. Do you know where it's from? Dragon Tales.
Why are there's so many shout outs to our childhood in this episode? Oh my God.
Sounds like our parents did a good job.
I wish with all my heart to fly with dragons in a land of something. Hearts? It's hearts?
Full arts.
It's farts. In a land of farts. You just remixed it.
All right, next up, let's talk about the Alakazam build. That is kind of spicy. I don't have a name for it. Would love to hear a suggestion from you guys. I actually haven't played this too much in Masters. I haven't played it at all in Masters. I played this earlier in Great Ball, and it was actually a lot of fun in Great Ball. I never made a video on it, but the idea is you use the brand new Abracadabra and then go into Alakazam. I love their names, dude. I love how their names just go right into each other.
It's amazing.
But it's only one energy. And let's say you give the second energy to Alakazam, right? Once you're up, you can Dawn from your Giratina. It's the same concept, and just start blasting them in a very heavy ramp meta where you're ramping those cards. This is pretty good.
Yeah.
However, 138 HP on Alakazam isn't that great, so the cape is necessary. You have other cards like Leaf where you can pull back your help me out here, your Giratina. But then red is so impactful because what is it? It's 60
20.
plus 30. So that's an additional 20. You hit a lot of breakpoints like that. So like if their opposing Giratina has 3 energy on them, let's just say they have 4 energy, right? I'm dealing 120, 100. I'm already knocking them out. It doesn't even matter. So like, I guess the red helps with things like Gallade. It'll one shot a Gallade.
Like again, crazy concept. Like I feel like I don't even know what the downside would be. Like if you lead Giratina, then it's kind of sucks because 2 retreat, so, but then you can safely ramp up Alakazam, but it comes at the cost of, sacrificing your Giratina. So these are decisions you have to make, but actually no, you'd be able to retreat by turn 3. So, and nothing's going to knock it out. Hopefully by turn 3, if something can knock it out by turn 3, good Lord.
A Darkrai if they're going second potentially.
If they're going wow, okay, wow, this is the 600 match experience. The fact that you immediately just spat that out, crazy.
Dude, no, I'm not too proud of it. Like on stream now, people are watching me, and when my opponent does something, I'm like, this is what his hand has, and they're like, how do you know this? I'm like, because I played over 600 matches. And I'm like, if they play a Magikarp as their lead, there's nothing else in their hand.
Yeah. Oh, I was there. Else. Yeah, you were talking about you talked on yesterday's stream too. You were like, oh yeah, I just
hand tracking.
It's not like a science or anything, but like hand tracking is the term. Yeah. I was there in your stream. If you guys don't watch him stream, he streams like almost every day. Actually, pretty much. But anyways, it's a great deck. It has the 2 Pokeballs, the 2 communications, which is interesting because you're obviously gunning for the Alakazam as soon as you can. Giant Cape, Rocky Helmet, singles, 2 Oaks, a single leaf, Cyrus, Dawn, and Red. Fire deck. But what do you feel like the problem with this one would be? Because I feel like
is the Alakazam's health, to be honest, because like if your opponent has a Rocky Helmet, even if you put a cape and you knock out their lead, they bring in something like a fully loaded Giratina, they're knocking you out.
Yeah, 100.
And you just lose it. Unless you have the Giratina in the back and the Alakazam was there to knock out something like a Darkrai, it becomes a very difficult thing. But not impossible. Like I still got wins with this.
Agreed.
With that is our last off-meta deck that has an EX Pokemon. And the other 3, like I said, are my absolute, like I love running no EXs. Let's go right into Fuzzy Wuzzy, which is a video already on the channel with the brand new Palma full art. This thing slaps, bro. This thing slaps. Okay, so we're using the Triumphant Light Pikachu, which can deal damage onto a bench. You snipe them, you can use Cyrus later on, it doesn't matter. It's the Raichu that is so good here because 140 just destroys Palkias. Palkias. Yeah, it does actually. It destroys Darkrai's. That's what I was trying to say. I was thinking Darkrai. But on top of that, bro, let me put you on game real quick.
Okay.
Raichu with a red says Gyarados, you can't do anything.
You can't do anything. It's just over.
It's 180 onto Gyarados, which is already so annoying. On top of that, Palmot retreats for free. So if you have 2 energy on that and you're dishing damage through its passive ability, you can just retreat. It doesn't die to a Giratina because of the 140 HP. It's pretty solid, right? So it deals with 20. Even if they have a cape and they hit you, they're taking 40. They're at 170. Now they're down to 130. You retreat into your Raichu, energy from the energy zone, Lieutenant Surge from your Palmot, because it retreats for free, and now their Giratina goes down. Like, this is actually such a strong deck. It's so silly. So your idea here, you're either hoping the ideal situation in this deck, right, is hoping to lead with Pachirisu. But you don't need to. You can lead with Palmot because you retreat for free. Palmy, because you retreat for free once you get the Palmot, right? The ideal thing is to find the Palmo and the Palmot with the communication if you need to. And build up your Pikachu in the back, right? They're all single stage. So if you can build up one Raichu, right? Send that out. Get a knockout with 140. If they knock out your Raichu, that's fine. Bring in the other Raichu and Lieutenant Surge that turn because your Palma already has 2. Like, that's ideal. Pikachu EX was the idea in this deck, but that's a 2 EX point Pokemon. This is like a low budget Temu Pikachu EX with 10 less damage, does the exact same thing where it discards everything. But I think it's better because it only gives them one prize point, and you could essentially do this twice. How often are you able to actually pop off 2 Pikachu EX attacks in a single turn?
True.
Not often.
True.
Not a single turn, in a single match.
Yeah, I know. I clock. Yeah, no, this is crazy. I'm gonna have to watch that video now, like, cause
yeah, it's up today. It's actually doing so well. I'm so happy.
Bad. All right, I'm gonna add that to my. Actually, hold on, I'll do that right now. But while I do that, what issues have you come across in this deck? Like, I feel like the assembly, like getting to palm cards. Yeah. If
you just miss one turn and they're running something like a Giratina Darkrai, it's very hard because, especially if they throw in things like Rocky Helmets, you don't hit those breakpoints anymore. If they go second, right? There's so many things. But you just, if you miss that, it's not that it's impossible. I've won against Darkrai Giratina, even in the video. But I also lost against them a few times, so it's unfortunate. I think that's the only issue. I not a single loss against the water type. They just can't. And then everything else, because even if you go into Meowscarada, right? They can't do anything. They just get one shot. Yeah. They're only doing 60 to me. They're taking damage from the so it's pretty good into the current meta. Fighting type. I did win into a fighting type matchup, but that again, like all it takes is missing one draw or something, then you're really at a disadvantage, especially with that matchup weakness. But that's pretty much it.
Yeah, no, I also feel like they all have like all your leads, whether it's Pawmi, Pikachu, or Pachirisu, they have a good like HP. Like because I feel like
they're pretty solid, exactly.
Because like most of the other, like there are a lot of like other leads, like Manaphy I feel like is the worst HP for such a crazy card. 50 is way too damn low, because like it's just, it's awful.
But it does what it does is pretty impactful. Yeah, so I think
like
it's fine.
That's why, you know what I mean? Like I get it, I see the vision, but so like that's why like I was about to say 60 at the very least, like they have to 2-tap it. They're not going to be able to 1-tap it, you know.
For sure.
In the current meta, like you never know, they might release a Misty for fighting types, and then wham bam, thank you ma'am, this deck is out. Because
but the palm on itself too, like
the Drought effect,
and into 90 with the effect is pretty amazing.
It's pretty cracked. This is pretty cracked. I'm a fan.
All right, let's move into the next one. Let's do the Magmortar one, and I saved the super spicy one I enjoyed for the last one.
Yeah, the name is interesting. I have a question about the name because
Yeah, I got you. So this one's called Mayor Brick City. I'll be honest, we did not brick at all. I think we went 5 undefeated matches in Masters with this. Shout out to Awesomeness for recommending. Their variation had Magmortar and Arcanine, but I switched it out with this, and it felt so good. Again, no EX Pokemon. The idea is you go second, right? You send out this what is it? Space Time Smackdown Magmar, I believe, and it stokes. So now it's at 2 energy. So by turn 2, you evolve into Magmortar. You give it the 3rd energy. You'd hit him for 70, and now they have to flip in order to hit you. And if they flip tails, they do nothing. All the while, you're self-generating and building up a Magnezone on bench. Like, it's so cracked, bro. The HP is great. You give it a Rocky Helmet. That's 90 across 2 turns if they manage to hit heads. It's insane. I highly recommend this deck.
I'm running this
going
deck.
Second, leading with Magmar should be illegal.
I'm telling you right now, I'm running this deck.
Yeah.
I love this. I love when I saw this Magmortar. First, when I saw the Magmar, I was like, damn, this arc goes hard. This is like an anime scene. This is like the villain entering, and you're like, wait, he's the bad guy.
He is the bad guy, bro. They can't do anything. And it also hits Arceus, right? It's not a status affliction. So like if Arceus hits tails, they do nothing, and they go down in 2 turns. That's 70, 140.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it's good. It's so good. Communication's there to help us find those cards. You almost always find them.
Yeah.
And this deck is, I think it's constructed almost magnificently. We have the Sabrina for disruption, and then the Cyrus to pull something back. If they're like, oh no, we need to keep it alive. Yeah. Sorry, you're not doing that today. Yeah. Going second feels really good with this deck.
Okay, I'm gonna try this one. Like I love things that are coin flip or like that are chance, because it's like it gets my adrenaline going. And I'm like,
I think it's the best feature for Pokemon Pocket. A lot of people don't agree, but like if you want to play a consistent card game, there's 100 other card games. You can literally play the official one. If you want to play a card game where and like there are certain meta decks that are always good, but this is the only game where this type of deck can beat a Darkrai, a Giratina. This type of deck can beat a Gyarados, right?
Like
anything can win. You could get a Fan Rotom beating the most meta deck and winning a tournament if they get lucky enough.
I apologize to all my victims of my Fan Rotom experience, because but that said, like I understand why people are frustrated. You know what I mean? Because obviously when it happens, it's like, bro, 4 Misty heads in one turn. Like come on. But it gives people a comeback opportunity. You know what I mean? You think your back is against the wall. It's healthy, because and I'm like, it's great. It's like it always happens to me though. Let me put that out there. Like the 4 heads. I think the record was 16 heads against me. Like. You know, it sucks. I'm not going to deny it, but it really does add another element to the game of excitement and frustration. And these are things that you can't get in other games. If that isn't your cup of tea, maybe like do a Sudoku or something consistent. Because like most games are like luck based. You know what I mean? Like there's an element. There's an element where like it's chance, but like. You can't complain about the results. It does suck though, on certain instances. However, I'm here for it. I'm 100% running this one. So far, CJ's Dragonite and this. Have piqued my interest.
There's one more. This is the last but not least. This is probably my favorite. I've never really talked about it. Introducing Meowscarada Magnezone, 2 lines that are stage 2. But I'm not lying to you guys. This works. This absolutely works.
Stop. What's the name?
What name? Come on, bro. You don't know what that is? Never let them know your next move. Never let them know your next move, man. So the Sprigatito always finds its line because it's the only grass type in the deck, right? And then the Magneton self-generates in the back. This is an EX killer. With the red, oh my god, it's so good, bro. And you just cycle through your Pokemon, you wait for them to build up theirs, and it doesn't matter. You Sabrina them, and you just pop off.
This
Darkrai's, Giratinas, Gyarados, like and it's all one prize point.
This is
people. You would think this is bad, right?
No,
because of the stage 2 lines. But I am a firm believer of communication now, because we have nothing in the game that searches for a specific card. At best, it gives us a random of said card, right? Sprigatito, a random grass type. So knowing that this is the best option for us, that gives us a sense of consistency, right? So if we're waiting, if we don't need it on that turn, you could wait a turn, draw out your deck, and then be like, okay, this is a 80% chance or 100% chance I'm going to draw the card I need. Communication here. So you turn that random chance into an actual positive for you, and you just win games at that point.
I am so glad you mentioned that. A lot of people aren't a fan of Pokemon communication. I can't tell you
Me too, 2 weeks ago.
How many times, like, this thing is so clutch, but the issue I feel that a lot of players face is they play it at the worst time. Like,
including me.
You play it, like, a lot of players play it early when you don't need to. You know what I mean? Like if you wait it out, you increase your odds, right? Because you might draw into other Pokemon. So then
it's a probability thing.
It's a probability thing, but you can kind of control it by waiting. So I feel like, and for me, it's a mandatory in my Dragonite deck, because like obviously if I don't get Dragonite, I'm screwed. With like Dragonair does 80 damage, cool, but I'm trying to dish out 200. So like learning to I can't stress this enough. Like the patience and wanting to hold on to that until, okay, like I'm definitely not going to survive next turn. I need to pop it now and just hope for the best. You have to reach that point. Until then, sit on it. You have to sit on it. So that's my thing. Also, I love that. I feel like this formula is very similar to the Magmor Magnezone deck. Was it Magmor Magnezone? Yeah.
It was.
Yeah. So very similar formula. I mean, but
consistency is key. That's what made me.
Yeah, but it's a good thing. Like if it's clearly working, why tamper with it? Why tinker with it? So for those of you listening, this one has 2 of Sprigatito, Floragato, and Meowscarada. Magnezone, Magneton, Magnemite, Magneton, Magnezone, Pokeball, Pokemon Communication, Pokemon Professor Research. All of the cards I just named, double copies of each. One copy Sabrina, one copy Red. Very similar to the Magmar deck we were talking about earlier. Great. Like, also Meowscarada. What?
Dude, it's so good.
What?
130, 150 with Red. This 170 into any darkness type.
It's insane. Like, this is the next Greninja, and what I mean by that is where the EX or any other variants of this card is gonna have a hard time just competing with this thing. It's just too cracked. So I don't know. I just feel like no matter what they come up with, I'm gonna it's like Lucario. Sorry, not Greninja. It's like Lucario, where the baby is way better, has way more utility than the EX. The EX is,
I think so,
like low tier to me, but
I think it's gonna be. I don't know if we'll get a Meowscarada EX. That'll be kind of sick though.
Yeah, I mean, like eventually we will, but I don't know if it'll ever be as good as this. You know, so
yeah. For sure. This is definitely. This is Rampardos level, right? This is such a good card.
It's a really good card.
But that's gonna be the last. That's the last off meta deck. What do you guys think? What do you think, Royce? Any final closing thoughts?
No. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you.
That's it. You heard it here first. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll catch you in the next one.
Peace.
Later.